All right, welcome back to the Red Moon Saloon. Yeah, that's right. We're amped up.
Red Moon Saloon Part 2.
Part 2, Episode 3.
Drinking beers and talking about Star Wars.
That's right. We just got Yingling in Ohio. It's a 180-year-old brewing tradition. It's a 180-year-old lager. Just now got it in Ohio. It's pretty good. Shout out to all my beer fans. Woo woo.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
That's right.
What beer are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
Drop a comment.
Drop
Let me
a
know.
comment. Let's
I'm
hear
interested. You don't want to hear what beer I'm drinking because
Yeah.
it's not very good.
He's getting bit.
Yeah, I'm getting bit. If you guys know what that means.
Getting bit.
What are we talking about here in Part 2?
We are going to be talking about the Outlaw's Den. It is a open world PvP area that BioWare revealed at the Fan Site Summit. Normally this would be huge news, and it is.
Yeah, it is news.
Yeah,
huge news.
Definitely. It's basically a guild versus guild free-for-all open world PvP. It's stationed on Tatooine, however you want to say it. You know, my grammar's not the best. I did pass a couple English classes though, so you know what? Whatevs.
Yeah.
F
you.
Yeah. But anyway, it's gonna be a pretty it's gonna be a pretty cool thing. There's gonna be random players are allowed to congregate on the open world PvP. It's there's gonna be a lot of conveniently placed obstacles where you can break line of sight. There's going to be a lot of buildings. There's going to be a market kiosk, a vendor, a lot of high grounds and pits for small group fights. There's going to be a lot of mesas and canyons. Cool stuff. I really look forward to it. I haven't really gotten into a lot of world PvP since Vanilla WoW, and I don't know if you guys remember Ashenvale at all. In Vanilla WoW, it was a fucking chaos.
War.
Yeah, it was war. Good versus evil. You know what I mean? So it was definitely cool. But right here in the Outlaw's Den, you're gonna
You must feel the force around you.
So yeah, that might have been a little low. That was Yoda. He's hollering at y'all, letting you know that you gotta feel the force around you. Outlaw Den. What's your take on that, Krause?
Oh, I can't wait. I love world PvP. What's going to be great about the Outlaw's Den is that there's going to be a crafting vendor there that's going to sell like specific recipes and stuff. And then plus there's going to be chests that randomly spawn in the Outlaw's Den that give goodies and shit. So, yes, there's going to be, it's going to be something great for PvP guilds because you can go there and you can just dominate the area and let everybody know that the Outlaw's Den is yours, and if you want to get to the crafting vendor or the chest, then you got to go through us, and it's just, I can't wait. It's going to be chaos. There's going to be big clans going there. There's going to be big pug groups getting together to go there, and it's just going to be one of those things. There's no actual rewards from fighting there.
None at all.
Yeah, you don't actually get any rewards like you do from the war zones, but it's just going to be really cool to go there and take over. And dude, I don't know. I just can't wait. That sounds like a lot of fun because most of my most of the funnest times I can remember in MMOs is when your guild gets together and you just go out and you wreck shit in PvP, world PvP, and you take over areas and you just start huge guild versus guild wars, and it's gonna be so much fun.
That's right. So anybody who's got it out for a Mentatio Day already, you can meet us. You can find me in the trap that's going down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. The Outlaw's Den, scraping faces, whooping ass, and taking names. Believe that for sure. But anyway, a little bit more about the Outlaw's Den. Like I said, there's gonna be a it's gonna be more of a it's gonna be more of like a neutral, segregated areas until you take them over. As soon as you enter the area, you will dismount and you're gonna encounter some banners warning you of the trouble ahead. So if you don't want to get your ass will stay away. There's gonna be a lot of valuable resource there that you can collect, via your crew skills and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a motive and an incentive for guilds and maybe even bomb ass PvP players to go in there and wreck shit. So it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a really nice feature. I like how they actually emphasize on world PvP. It's bringing it back. I haven't seen a lot of it in some of the new MMOs, but it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, they're really focusing on server communities. They're not gonna have cross-realm PvPs. They're not gonna have cross-realm dungeon finders. They really want you to know your community. So everything that you're gonna be doing on your server, I mean, you're gonna know the guilds. You're gonna know the people. Everything's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot more tight, and I can't wait.
All right, we're going to get into a couple different topics here, so just hang tight, and we'll get back with you, crack open some beers like usual, and just stay tuned. All right.
Here we go. We're going live on the Red Moon Saloon, and we're just gonna talk off. I can't even talk. Jesus.
Off the top of the dome, like a
Yes.
cipher, like we're rapping freestyle. You might want to call it free flow, whatever.
We're gonna talk about something that's really popular with the community, and a lot of people are talking about how casual players dictate MMOs. And you know what? I disagree. I don't think casual players make up as big of a pool of subscribers as a lot of people think. Basically, I made a poll on the official Star Wars website, and then I looked at other polls made for other MMOs and stuff. And I really wanted to figure out like how much do casuals really contribute. Now it depends on your definition of casuals, but I'm gonna break it down to you. There's 4 major parts to an MMO player. There's
4 major parts. Listen.
Yeah, 4 major parts to the pie, if you're looking at a pie graph.
Maybe like a pie chart, pie graph.
Yes. Each one making up around like 24-25%. You have your casual players is your first major chunk. And casuals, as we define them, casual players are people who play maybe 3 to 5 times a week, and they usually log in for like an hour or 2 at a time. And normally these are the kind of people that really just play because their friends are playing, or they're one of those people that have to do everything. They want to go out and eat, they want to go out and drink, they want to play games with their friends, they want to do hobbies with their friends or whatever. They just want to be part of the game. So they're only going to log in for a couple hours a few times a week, and usually they bitch about everything, or quite the opposite. They don't bitch about anything. They're just there to talk and to play their character. They might hit top level in a year or so or whatever. But that's the casual player to me. The second chunk is the regular players. Now the regular players are people who play like 3 to 7 days a week, and they usually log in for anywhere from an hour to 4 to 5 hours at a time. And these are people that have a full-time job, or they're going to school full-time, or they have a family, they got responsibilities to take care of, and they just love the game and they want to log in and play, but they also realize that they can't do it that often, so they just try to get in there as much as they can. And they really love like daily quests and like things of that nature, like daily rewards. They're the kind of people that they usually don't like things being good for hardcore players. They don't like hardcore players getting too big of an advantage, because they'll usually say, well, I got real life to take care of, blah, blah, blah. I can only log in for a couple hours a day. And you know what? That's a big chunk of subscribers. So they should be allowed to have things that they want. They should be allowed to log in and do these daily quests to get rewards and stuff. And I understand that, because they don't have all day to play. The third big chunk that I really want to go over is the weekend warrior. The weekend warrior is usually somebody that has a full-time job or a part-time job, and they have a family, or they're they're a stay-at-home mom or something. They got kids to take care of and stuff.
Weak sauce.
Yeah, they're usually the people who you don't really see them Monday through Friday.
Weak sauce.
You know, they're the person that you don't see that much.
Wizzy!
And then no, I've never met a weekend warrior that I didn't like. They're usually very cool people.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice. They're very nice people. They got kids and shit.
They're the people that they have like 1 or 2 days a week where they go berserk in their MMO games. They'll play for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. Like they have their days where they play. And those kind of people are usually very against daily quests because they don't have time to log in and play their game during the week. So if they're gonna play during the weekend for 10 to 12 hours, they want to be able to get as much accomplished as they can. And if they can only do a daily quest once, I mean, they're gonna be pissed about it. But yeah, the weekend warriors are usually very nice people. They're usually very friendly and they have great personalities. I've never met a weekend warrior I didn't like. But
yeah, they're all pretty nice. I mean, you know. Fear is the path to the dark side.
That wasn't a soundboard.
It was not a soundboard.
That was gooch.
That's right.
That's just talents right there. And the last chunk, of course, making up probably anywhere from 20 to 30% of the players is the hardcore players.
That's me and Krasi.
No, I'm more of a regular player. You are too. More regular.
I don't know. It depends really. I mean, sometimes we're hardcore and sometimes we're regular.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes up the hardcore player. The hardcore player can either be a high school student on summer break, or it could be somebody that lives in their mom's basement and doesn't really have anything to do. The hardcore player usually spends 8 to 16 hours a day, almost every day, playing the game.
Not a whole lot of responsibilities for you people.
No, they might have their own house, they might be in a relationship, but they don't have any responsibilities and they just play games all day. Or very occasionally, I've actually met hardcore players that they actually have legit jobs. Like I've met a stock trader before that only spends like a half an hour or an hour every morning trading stocks, got lucky or whatever, is just very good at it, and he doesn't have nothing to do besides play. The other category of people that fit in the hardcore player is kind of sensitive, but physically disabled people that really can't hold a job, and they get Social Security checks. And what are you laughing at? A lot of hardcore players are physically disabled players. I mean, they're physically disabled. They can't participate in the workforce anymore. So, they get Social Security checks and they sit at home and they play the game all day. Hustlers and drug dealers. Don't forget about those. We got hustlers and drug dealers that make a living off of.
Sometimes they serve the rocks, and other times they're serving up, items on auction houses. You know?
I personally know a hustler / drug dealer that he makes a living doing what he does. It requires about 5 minutes at a time to do his work, so he's on the game all day. What other situations do we have for hardcore players besides having zero responsibilities and somebody taking care of you?
I know a couple stay-at-home moms that their husbands have like really good jobs, and like all they do is fend for the kids and the groceries, and whenever they're yelling, they're like, "Shut the f*** up! I'm playing my MMO." So
Mommy's busy.
Mommy's busy. So those people, and I don't know. I think that's about it, really. I mean,
yeah, the hardcore players usually bitch the most about everything because they're in the game all the time.
24/7.
So, of course, they're going to find every flaw. And they hate casual players. They hate daily quests. They hate that kinds of stuff. But anyways, to reiterate is on the topic is a lot of people think casual players dictate the game. I don't think so. No, I think in order for a company to really broaden their aspects, like if you're working as a company, you're thinking about money. I mean, you're going to try to cater to everybody.
Right.
So no, casual players aren't going to dictate the game.
So that pretty much wraps it up for us this week. Tune in next week. We're gonna have another subscriber contest, and we're gonna talk about some of our launch date beards. Who's growing the biggest beard here for launch date? It's kind of a local thing here. I got a beard. Krasi's got a beard. We're gonna see who's his biggest.
I've been growing mine for 2 months.
That's right. So tune in next week. Signing off. This is Gooch along with
Crazy.
That's right. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care, and don't forget to feed your dogs.